Okay, get back to the second video here, and one of the things I realized I forgot to put in the jaw of my dragon, so I'm gonna have to put this back in here. Here's his tongue, and this can be red, but obviously I've got the watercolor there. So what I can do, I can pick that up. If I put more water down, I can probably pick up a little bit of it. Okay, the other way you can do it is erase it. Do it before it gets wet though. So you can get in here and erase a little bit of it. So I'm gonna try and erase that area. So it can be done. You don't get 100%. You don't wanna ruin the paper, but at least I'm back to respecting the drawing. So I've got the drawing back just a little bit. That's gonna be red. There. So I got a little bit lighter. Again, don't wanna ruin the paper. I'm gonna put his tongue out here. He's having a good time. He's got a smile on his face. See that? He's a good dragon. He's got his buddy on his back. Gotta make this come down like this. Make sure the white of the teeth come through. I think this should probably come out here someplace. You can extend it just a little bit. Like I said, you can actually take out a little bit of the watercolor, but I can do it. I can pull it off simply because I kept it light, right? So we're gonna do this. There we go. I'm not sure it gets fuzzy down there. There's our rider. This is the arm, the foot, front claws, and then we got the back claws about here someplace. Put those in, and the tail goes back there. So we're good. We got our dragon. We got our rider character. We got the background, the watercolor, the sky. You can just put a little bit in there. We're good. I think what I'm going to do is do a little bit of detail work, just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to do the dragon. Let's do the dragon. That's going to be a strong element. I've got sort of these browns. Again, this is from a movie. Dragonheart. A pretty good movie, actually. And I'm going to use the Dragonheart as my color range. Okay, so I'm in here. I'm going to start with some light tan first. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start light here and go to dark. This is going to be my brightest area, and then go to dark back here. Okay, so let's see if I can make sure I don't a little too much water. That just means I put a little bit down. If I just add water to it now, it can go this way. And then if I dry my brush, I can actually pick this up just a little bit. Put it over here on this side. Don't do the eye and the teeth. There we go. So we're in here like this. Got a horn in here someplace. And we'll just do a little bit of this. And then back here, there we go. And I think what I'm going to do is sort of blend in a darker green back here. It looks kind of bold, but I'm going to start with this sort of a little bit lighter green. There's the back. This is part of his wings. I like that, kind of this little texture in here. And then I'm gonna May just had a little more brown to it. So the idea is this kind of this darker, a little bit of a darker green. Quite didn't need that as much. I'm going to bring this up and kind of put texture in here a little bit. A little bit of that. Just a little bit of color here. Sort of a dry brush that gives that technique, that little bit of that air. Excuse me, that light color, by just moving the brush around. Okay, let's see if this will. It's gonna need some technique. It's gonna need some detail to it. The claws. Kind of like that. That came up pretty good. And we'll put some distinction here. Maybe a couple little. Okay, we'll let that dry. Again, a lot of the details have gone because we've sort of colored all in, but we'll go back in and put in the where the legs are, and that'll make a lot of sense. So this now becomes darker, dark to light. I want this light here, okay? So we'll see how that dries. And then in the background, go back to the city a little bit. And we've got this, you look at our city scrap, this will be in your folder. There's a little bit of purple, this really light background. That's kind of what we're up to. This is really light, and of course as it gets closer to you, it gets more detail in here. So we'll go ahead and put together a very light kind of purple, maybe a little bit of blue, purple. Let's see if this works. Maybe a little more purple. Maybe a little too much purple. Okay, that's Okay, there's our mountains. And I think we'll put a little more green out here, sort of. If you look at we'll put a couple little squares here of some green. And they're all kind of working off this we'll do this. This uneven sort of look to it. It's kind of fun. Some lines like this. See that? So it's all going to the center here. So it's like that's the center of the town. These are like the surrounding farmland in a sense. So you'd have these like little blocks. Just faint colors of warm and, you know, just and green. Maybe just the other way like that. There we go. That'll work. There we go. There's very faint colors like that. There we go. Different colors there. Might even put a little bit of this warm. I don't know if I'm going to do this. See if this works. Just a little line here in the distance. Again, just very faint kind of things. Okay, that'll work. Might even pick that up just a little bit, that purple. Yeah, just a little bit of that. Okay. Foreground, this, okay, then let me sure we understand where the light's coming from. That light I'm looking at from this way. So this is, he's hot here. That's a highlight. So the left this way is where the light's coming from. So dark, I mean light to dark. And this is gonna be light on one side. So this side is gonna be dark. I'm gonna use blue. This is sort of my, you see how it's really bright on one side? And in fact, I think I'll go in and draw out just a little more detail. So you can always put in more detail if you need to. There's an impression of a city, so there's some detail, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. I notice my water is getting a little muddy. Always remember to change out your water when you go to another color. I think it worked fine for the dragon, but I'm gonna throw some more water in for my blues. Hit one side here. Again, I'm thinking very light. Actually, that blue might work back here. Might just put a little bit of blue back in there. At the top, it kind of works. Mm-hmm. So again, one side's white and one side's dark. Always try and keep and think slowly. You're going to build this up slowly. You don't do it all one time. I mixed brown with a little bit of my blue just to give it a little bit of a different color. Use the tip. I'm using actually kind of a light brush stroke. I just put down like this. And I pick it up. See that? So I'm just getting just a little bit of I think the little dots sort of indicate that there's glass. And a shadow. Again, we are going, so there might be a shadow going this way. Kind of highlighting the teeth of the dragon. So these are all going this, so the shadow is maybe way out there someplace, out here. But that's as far as we're gonna go. So again, light, dark, light, dark. And you do a little bit of a dry brush technique where you just have a little bit of paint on there. Just a little bit of just detail. But I'm picking it up as I do this too. See, so I'm hitting this and moving it up. Okay, yeah. See, I'm kind of dry brush starting off here on the tape, moving in. Gives me, but I'm kind of doing this way. Make sure you get them all in one line. That didn't come out so good. Can you erase that? There you go. That's fine. Okay, we're getting there. This is getting dry. I think I can go in and maybe put a little bit of some dark, maybe some blue and black, purple maybe. Throw some lines in here. Because there we go. This is his muscles. This is his leg. Be a little more black. I think the black and brown might work. There we go. So we're gonna do this. Just a little detail here. See that? Outline it. This comes in like this. Chest will be dark. Then we're gonna let the other side foot just stay that way. We're not gonna detail it as much because this is closer to you on this side. So we can go ahead and put tailons in here, the claws. So we keep that darker than that. That's lighter. That's on the other side of the creature. There we go. And some details. The other leg is in here. There we go. And then this is the base of the wings. Comes in here, and there's, like, you know, these structural parts of the wing. Here we go. Again, we'll keep making it darker and darker. Again, I'm using black and brown. Maybe a little purple. There we go. And I don't want to cover my person, so we're going to put this on this side here. There we go. The shadow. The shadow of his hand, see that? Kind of the scales. There's shadow of the tongue. Yeah, so the shadows behind here, behind this sort of its scales. Shadow behind here with the rider. Maybe a little bit of a shadow behind the... But I'm sort of dabbing it in, kind of make some texture, some little dots. Okay. Go back to our blue, a little bit of purple and blue. So again, one of the things you're looking at here is the idea that this is warm. I'm using warm colors. You know, the tan has that yellow, you know, kind of orange, a little bit look to it. So this is warm. This is closest to you, and this is cool. All these cool blues, purples, a little bit warm here, but basically I'm keeping this very cool, very blue, so it goes away from you. See that? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep working on this, just keep going, and I'll catch back